Hello, my sisters and brothers out there in the world. Today I am going to narrate inspired talks by Swami Vivekananda. And I am confident that if you listen to inspired talks, it is not only going to help you immensely in your life, but also it is going to give you clarity and a peaceful mind, regardless of what is going on in the outside world. By narrating this life changing book to all of you, I too shall learn at the same time as you. So, without further ado, let me start with inspired talks. No law can make you free. You are free. Nothing can give you freedom if you have it not already. The Atma is self illumined. Cause and effect do not reach there, and this disembodiedness is freedom. Beyond what was, or is to be, is Brahman. As an effect, freedom would have no value. It would be a compound, and as such would contain the seeds of bondage. It is the one real factor not to be attained, but the real nature of the soul. Work and worship, however, are necessary to take away the veil and lift off the bondage and illusion. They do not give us freedom, but all the same, without effort on our own part, we do not open our eyes and see what we are. Shankara says further that Advaita Vedanta is the crowning glory of the Vedas, but the lower Vedas are also necessary because they teach work and worship, and through these many come to the Lord. Others may come without any help, but Advaita, work and worship lead to the same result as Advaita. Books cannot teach God, but they can destroy ignorance. Their action is negative. To hold to the books and at the same time open the way to freedom is Shankara's great achievement. But after all, it is a kind of hair splitting. Give man first the concrete, then raise him to the highest by slow degrees. This is the effort of the various religions and explains their existence and why each is suited to some stage of development. The very books are a part of the ignorance they help to dispel. Their duty is to drive out the ignorance that has come upon knowledge. Truth shall drive out untruth. You are free and cannot be made so. So long as you have a creed, you have no God. He who knows he knows nothing. Who can know the knower? Question mark. There are two eternal facts in existence, God and the universe, the former unchangeable, the latter changeable. The world exists eternally. Where your mind cannot grasp the amount of change, you call it eternally. You see the stone or the bas relief on it, but not both at once, yet both are one. Can you make yourself at rest even for a second? All yogis say you can. The greatest sin is to think yourself weak. No one is greater. Realize you are Brahman. Nothing has power except what you give it. We are beyond the sun, the stars, the universe. Teach the godhood of man. Deny evil. Create none. Stand up and say, I am the master of all. We forge the chain, and we alone can break it. No action can give you freedom. Only knowledge can make you free. Knowledge is irresistible. The mind cannot take it or reject it. When it comes, the mind has to accept it. So it is not a work of the mind. Only its expression comes in the mind. Work or worship is to bring you back to your own nature. It is an entire illusion that the self is the body. So even while living here in the body, we can be free. The body has nothing in common with the self. Illusion is taking the real for the unreal, not nothing at all. Wednesday, July 17. Ramanuja divides the universe into Chit, Achit and Ishvara. Man, nature and God. Conscious, subconscious and superconscious. Shankara on the contrary says that Chit, the soul, is the same as God. God is truth, is knowledge, is infinity. These are not qualities. Any thought of God is a qualification, and all that can be said of him is Om Tat Sat. Shankara further asks, can you see existence separate from everything else? Where is the differentiation between two objects? Not in sense perception, else all would be one in it. We have to perceive in sequence. In getting knowledge of what a thing is, we get also something which it is not. The differentiae are in the memory and are got by comparison with what is stored there. The difference is not in the nature of a thing, it is in the brain. Homogeneous one is outside, differentiae are inside in the mind. So the idea of many is the creation of the mind. Differentiae becomes qualities when they are separate but joined in one object. We cannot say positively what differentiation is. All that we see and feel about things is pure and simple existence, isness. All else is in us. Being is the only positive proof we have of anything. All differentiation is really secondary reality, as the snake in the rope, because the serpent too had a certain reality, in that something was seen, although misapprehended. When the knowledge of the rope becomes negative, the knowledge of the snake becomes positive, and vice versa. But the fact that you see only one does not prove that the other is non-existent. The idea of the world is an obstruction covering the idea of God, and is to be removed, but it does have an existence. Shankara says again, perception is the last proof of existence. It is self-effulgent and self-conscious, because to go beyond the senses we should still need perception. Perception is independent of the senses, of all instruments, unconditioned. There can be no perception without consciousness. Perception has self-luminosity, which in a lesser degree is called consciousness. Not one act of perception can be unconscious. In fact, consciousness is the nature of perception. Existence and perception are one thing, not two things joined together. That which needs no cause is infinite. So as perception is the last proof of itself, it is eternal. It is always subjective. Perception itself is its own perceiver. Perception is not in the mind, but perception brings mind. It is absolute, the only knower. So perception is really the Atma. Perception itself perceives, but the Atma cannot be a knower, because a knower becomes such by the action of knowledge. But Shankara says, this Atma is not I, because the consciousness I am, Aham, is not in the Atma. We are but the reflections of that Atma, and Atma and Brahman are one. I end this episode here. In the next episode I shall pick up where I left off. And hit the like button if you liked the video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and share this video with your friends and family if you think this video was helpful. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Till then, take care everyone. I wish you all a very peaceful mind. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.